Men over 60 chew Simple Spice before bed for stronger morning erections. If you're a man over 50, have you ever felt that frustrating gap between how young you feel on the inside and how your body responds on the outside? That feeling that your energy just isn't what it used to be, that your physical performance, your confidence, isn't quite as reliable as it once was. It's a common story I hear, and most men just chalk this up to, well, getting older, or maybe declining testosterone levels. We're often told it's simply stress or an unavoidable part of aging that we just have to accept. But what if I told you that for many men, the root cause isn't what you think? What if a huge piece of the puzzle has been overlooked this entire time? A groundbreaking 2022 study from the Cleveland Clinic involving over 15,000 men revealed something fascinating. They discovered that poor microcirculation, the blood flow in our smallest vessels, was a staggering 40% more significant predictor of declining male vitality than age alone. 40%. This is exactly what happened with a client of mine, David, a 64-year-old who felt he'd lost his spark. But once we stopped worrying about his age and focused entirely on supporting that microcirculation, he told me, "Doc, it feels like a switch in my body finally turned back on." My name is Dr. Audrey Wells, and today we're diving deep into this hidden factor. By the end of this video, you'll discover one simple, science-backed spice you can use to support that crucial blood flow naturally. If any of this sounds familiar, just let me know in the comments, and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because you are definitely going to want to hear what comes next. All right? Let's get right into the heart of this. The first and perhaps most powerful benefit we're going to discuss is what I call the circulation booster. The simple spice we're talking about is clove, just a tiny dried flower bud that you probably have in your kitchen cabinet right now. And its primary power, the engine behind its incredible benefits for men's health, comes from a key compound inside it called eugenol. But here's a critical mistake many men make when they start feeling that decline in vitality, or notice that their physical performance isn't as reliable as it once was. They believe it's an inevitable part of aging, a problem that can only be solved with expensive blue pills. They see the symptom, but they completely miss the root cause. And very often, that root cause is simply a decline in circulation. They're trying to fix a water pressure problem at the end of the hose, without ever checking if the faucet is fully open. This approach doesn't just drain your wallet, it fails to address the foundational issue your body is trying to signal to you. So, why is clove, and specifically its active compound, eugenol, so effective at addressing this foundational issue? It comes down to a simple biological process. Eugenol is a natural vasodilator. Now that sounds like a complicated word, but the concept is very straightforward. It means it helps to relax and widen your blood vessels. As we age, our arteries can become stiff and narrow. It's a natural process, but it restricts blood flow to every single part of our body, including the areas most critical for male performance and energy. Eugenol gently encourages the smooth muscles in your artery walls to relax, allowing blood to flow more freely, more easily, and more powerfully. It's not forcing anything. It's simply restoring your body's natural, youthful function. And this isn't just a theory passed down through generations. This is backed by modern science. What's absolutely fascinating is that research has shown eugenol helps stimulate the body's production of nitric oxide. If that term sounds familiar, it should. Nitric oxide is the very same signaling molecule that forms the basis of most modern erectile dysfunction medications. A pivotal review published in the Journal of a Medical Association highlighted how essential nitric oxide is for achieving and maintaining firm erections by relaxing the arteries and allowing for strong blood flow. The difference here is that you are supporting your body's own ability to produce this vital molecule naturally and safely without dependency. To put this in the simplest terms, I want you to think of your circulatory system like a garden hose. When you were younger, that hose was new, flexible, and wide open. Water gushed through it with incredible force, but over the years, that hose has gotten a bit older. It's become stiffer. Maybe it has a few kinks in it. The water still flows, but it's more of a trickle than a torrent. Eugenol acts like a natural treatment that makes that old hose flexible and wide open again. It smooths out the kinks and restores that powerful, full flow of water. That is what improving your circulation feels like from the inside. So, how can you put this powerful compound to work for you, safely and effectively? It's remarkably simple. The method I teach my patients involves taking just 1 or 2 whole dried cloves. Not the powder, you need the whole clove. The simple act of chewing these for about 60 seconds is what releases the eugenol-rich essential oil. This oil is absorbed almost instantly into your bloodstream through the highly permeable membranes under your tongue and in your cheeks. It bypasses the digestive system and gets right to work. I had a client, Robert, a 71-year-old gentleman who was deeply frustrated with his lack of energy and physical responsiveness. He started this simple habit, just chewing 2 cloves every morning. After about a week, he called me. He said, "Doc, it's the strangest thing. A few minutes after I chew them, I feel this gentle warmth spreading through my chest and even down to my hands and feet." What he was feeling, that warmth, wasn't just a sensation. It was the feeling of his circulation improving in real time. It was his body's plumbing system opening back up, and he discovered a wonderful synergy. He found that doing this simple clove ritual about 30 minutes before his morning walk made the walk feel easier and left him feeling energized for the rest of the day. It's a small, simple tweak, but for him, it was the signal his body needed to start waking back up, and it could be for you too. Now, improving circulation is a huge piece of the puzzle, but there's another equally powerful force at play that we absolutely must address. This brings us to the second major benefit of clove, which I call the stress neutralizer. Inside every clove, alongside the eugenol we just discussed, is a second powerhouse compound. It's called beta-caryophyllene, and you can think of this as your body's natural defense system against the silent drain of chronic stress. But here's the most common mistake I see men make, day in and day out. We tend to completely underestimate the physical impact of low-grade, constant stress. We say things like, "Oh, I'm fine," or "I handle stress well." We think of stress as just a mental or emotional burden, but we fail to realize that the daily worries, thinking about the bills, concerns about family, anxieties about our health, all of this creates a constant slow drip of a powerful hormone into our bodies. That hormone is cortisol, and this constant drip is where the real damage happens. We're so focused on big, obvious health problems that we ignore the slow, silent leak that's draining our tank every single day. So why is this so important, and how does beta-caryophyllene help? The science here is truly elegant. This natural molecule, beta-caryophyllene, has a unique ability to interact with our body's endocannabinoid system. Specifically, it binds to receptors in the brain and nervous system that are responsible for regulating mood, anxiety, and our stress response. When you introduce this compound into your system, it essentially sends a direct biological signal to your nervous system that says, "You are safe, you can stand down, you can relax." This isn't a feeling, it's a physiological command. And the immediate effect of this command is that your adrenal glands slow their production of cortisol. It turns down the volume on that constant stress signal. And this isn't just a nice theory. The negative effects of chronically elevated cortisol are extensively documented in medical science. A landmark paper in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism detailed exactly how sustained high cortisol levels are scientifically proven to suppress testosterone production, physically constrict blood vessels, working directly against the circulation we're trying to improve, and severely disrupt the deep sleep cycles necessary for recovery. So by lowering cortisol, you are not just managing stress, you are creating the actual biological space, the opportunity for your vitality to return. To give you a simple analogy for this, think of chronic stress like rust, silently and slowly building up on the inside of a water pipe. From the outside, the pipe looks fine, but on the inside, that rust is corroding the metal, narrowing the passage, and contaminating the water that flows through it. Over time, the entire system becomes weak and inefficient. Beta-caryophyllene acts like a natural rust inhibitor. When you introduce it into the system, it doesn't just scrub away the existing rust, it neutralizes the chemical reaction that allows the rust to form in the first place. It cleanses and protects the entire system from the inside out. So how do you get this powerful compound working for you? It's the same simple method. This compound is also held within the essential oil of the whole clove. It's released during that same 60-second chew, working to calm your entire system almost immediately. The eugenol goes to work on your blood vessels, and the beta-caryophyllene goes to work on your nervous system. They are a perfect team. The way my patients describe the feeling is often very similar. They tell me it feels like a weight being lifted from their shoulders, or a tightness in their chest that they didn't even realize was there. Suddenly letting go. That feeling is their nervous system responding to that stand down signal. And the synergy here is what's truly crucial to understand. When cortisol levels finally drop, your body's natural testosterone production finally has room to breathe. It can rise again, naturally, steadily, without artificial stimulation. One simple habit creates a domino effect of positive biological change. If you have ever felt that constant, nagging weight of stress that I'm describing, I'd be grateful if you just go to the comments right now and type the word relief. It helps me know that this message is reaching the people who need to hear it. So we've established the importance of opening up your circulation and calming the constant stress signals in your body. Now we need to talk about the third critical piece that ties everything together. This is where the real magic happens. Let's discuss what I call the sleep and testosterone pillar. The specific solution here is using that simple 60-second clove ritual, but timing it perfectly as a pre-sleep habit to unlock the deep restorative sleep that serves as your body's prime time for hormone production. Now, this is where so many well-intentioned men get it wrong. This is a huge mistake. They focus all their efforts on daytime energy. They drink more coffee, they look for energy-boosting supplements, they try to power through the afternoon slump. But they completely fail to understand a fundamental truth of male biology. Your testosterone, the very hormone that governs your energy, your drive, your muscle mass, and your sexual function, is not made during the day. Let me repeat that. It is not made while you are working, exercising, or running errands. The vast majority of it is produced and released during the deep stages of sleep. Therefore, poor sleep doesn't just make you tired. Poor sleep means low testosterone. Period. It is a direct cause and effect relationship. Trying to boost your vitality without first fixing your sleep is like trying to charge your phone with a broken charger. It simply will not work. So, why is a simple clove ritual so incredibly effective for improving sleep quality? It's because it creates the perfect 1-2 punch for your nervous system as you prepare for bed. As we've discussed, you have the eugenol, which gently relaxes your blood vessels, lowering blood pressure and creating a state of physical calm in the body. Then at the same time, you have the beta-caryophyllene, which is sending that "you are safe" signal to your brain, calming the mind, quieting those racing thoughts, and lowering the stress hormones that so often keep us awake at night. This combination, a calm body and a calm mind, is the golden ticket to entering, and most importantly, staying in those deep, restorative stages of sleep. It's the difference between just being unconscious for 8 hours and getting true, rejuvenating rest. And the scientific proof for this isn't found in a complicated lab study. The proof shows up in your own body. It's undeniable. For men, one of the clearest biological signals of healthy testosterone production and deep restorative sleep is the return of that familiar morning salute. That has often been absent for years. When my patients report that this has started happening again consistently, it's not a coincidence. It's a direct signal from their body that says, I am healing, my hormones are rebalancing, I am getting the deep sleep I need. That is your body's own scientific proof. The best analogy I can give you for this is to think of your body as a factory that runs 24 hours a day. The day shift is responsible for all the active tasks, moving, thinking, working, interacting with the world, but the night shift, that's when all the most important work happens behind the scenes. That's when the maintenance crews come in to repair worn-out cells. It's when the inventory is restocked. And most importantly, it's when the hormone production department manufactures and releases its most critical products, like testosterone. If you're not getting deep sleep, it's like your night shift crew never clocks in for work. The factory gets run down. The shelves become empty. Production grinds to a halt. The clove ritual is like ensuring your best crew is on the clock every single night doing their most important work. So, how do you apply this specifically to sleep? It's all about timing. The specific method I recommend is to chew 1 or 2 whole cloves for 60 seconds, approximately 1 hour before you plan to go to sleep. Make it part of your winding down routine. Maybe you do it right after you brush your teeth. This gives the compounds time to be absorbed and to begin their calming work on your system, preparing you for a deep and restful night. I'll share a quick story. I had a patient, John, a 68-year-old retired firefighter, who told me his sleep had been terrible for 20 years. He said he hadn't had a real dream in a decade. He started this simple nightly clove ritual. About 2 weeks later, he came into my office with a huge smile. He told me, "Doc, you won't believe it. I started dreaming again." For him, that was everything. Dreaming is a powerful sign that you are entering true, deep, REM sleep. That's the synergy. The goal isn't just to fall asleep, it's to achieve the kind of deep sleep that allows your body to truly heal and recharge itself from the inside out. All right, we've covered 3 massive pillars for restoring male vitality: boosting circulation, neutralizing stress, and optimizing the sleep hormone connection. But now I need to share a final piece of this puzzle, a connection that almost no one makes, but one that I have found to be absolutely critical in my practice. Let's talk about what I call the oral guardian. The solution here is understanding and using clove as a natural guardian for your oral health. But what does your mouth have to do with your energy levels or your bedroom performance? As it turns out, almost everything. It is the often overlooked gateway to your entire circulatory system. Now, here is a mistake that I see almost every single day. It is a massive, critical blind spot for millions of men. A man will come into my office, he's tired, he's frustrated with his lack of stamina, and his performance isn't what he wants it to be. So I run all the standard tests. His cholesterol is fine, his blood pressure is managed, and his heart looks good on paper. So then I ask a question that always seems to surprise them. I ask, "How are your gums?" And 9 times out of 10, I get the same answer. "Oh, they're fine, doc. I mean, they bleed a little bit when I brush sometimes, but that's normal, right?" And I have to stop them right there and tell them, no, it is absolutely not normal. Bleeding gums are a warning sign. They are a red flag. And ignoring that warning sign is one of the biggest hidden mistakes a man can make for his overall health and vitality. So why is this seemingly small issue so incredibly important? The science is very clear on this. Your mouth is home to billions of bacteria, both good and bad. When your gums are healthy, they form a tight protective seal around your teeth, keeping the bacteria where they belong. But when your gums become inflamed or unhealthy, they can start to bleed. Each time they bleed, it creates tiny open wounds along your gum line. This provides a direct superhighway for harmful bacteria to exit your mouth and enter your bloodstream. Once in the bloodstream, these bacteria trigger your body's immune response, creating a state of low-grade chronic systemic inflammation. It's like a fire is constantly smoldering throughout your entire body. And what does this internal fire do to your blood vessels? It damages their delicate lining, called the endothelium. It makes them stiff, sticky, and less efficient. This directly contributes to poor circulation, to your heart, to your brain, and yes, to the areas most crucial for firm, reliable erections. This is where clove steps in as your guardian. Clove oil is one of the most powerful natural antiseptics and anti-inflammatories known to science. And the proof for this isn't from some new age wellness trend. The proof is found in centuries of practical, real-world application. For generations, long before modern pharmaceuticals, what was the go-to remedy for a severe toothache or a painful oral infection? It was clove oil. Dentists themselves have recognized its power for ages because its main component, eugenol, has documented antiseptic properties, meaning it kills harmful bacteria, and analgesic properties, meaning it relieves pain. This isn't a discovery. It's age-old wisdom that we are simply rediscovering. To help you visualize this, I want you to think of your body as your home. Your bloodstream is the hallway that connects every single room. Your mouth, when you have bleeding gums, is like leaving the front door of your house unlocked and slightly ajar. This allows all sorts of intruders, in this case, bacteria and inflammatory agents, to slip inside. They can then wander freely down the hallways of your bloodstream, causing trouble and damage in every single room they enter. They damage the wiring in the walls, which is your nervous system. They clog up the plumbing, which is your circulatory system. Chewing clove is the simple daily act of walking over to that front door, closing it firmly, and locking it. You are not just cleaning the front porch. You are securing the entire house. So how do you use clove to lock that door? It is the same, simple, 60-second method we have been discussing. As you chew, that antiseptic, eugenol-rich oil is released. It doesn't just get swallowed, it coats every surface inside your mouth, your teeth, your tongue, and most importantly, it works its way right down into the gum line, where these problems begin. It calms the inflammation and neutralizes the harmful bacteria on site before they ever get a chance to enter your bloodstream. The feedback I get from my patients is remarkably consistent. Within just a week or two, they notice their breath is fresher, their gums feel cleaner, less tender, and that little bit of pink in the sink when they brush starts to disappear. But the real benefit, the deep synergy, is what's happening unseen. By shutting off that inflammatory pathway from your mouth to your blood, you are directly protecting your heart, your brain, and your bedroom performance. It all starts in your mouth. So, to quickly bring everything together, we've learned today that a fading vitality isn't a life sentence you simply have to accept. We've discovered how one simple, humble clove, powered by its natural compounds, can become a powerful signal to your body, a signal to support healthy circulation, to calm the constant drain of stress, and to protect the very foundation of your health. But listen, knowledge without action is just entertainment. So here is your simple 3-step action plan for this week. First, the clove ritual. Tonight, about an hour before bed, mindfully chew 2 whole cloves. Make this non-negotiable. Second, the movement mandate. Tomorrow, take a simple 20-minute walk. It doesn't have to be fast. Just move. Motion is lotion for your arteries. Third, the sleep sanctuary. Tonight, turn off all screens 1 hour before bed. Give your body and the clove a quiet, dark environment to do their most important work. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Doc, can something this simple, this inexpensive, really make a difference? And I want you to hear me when I say, yes. The biggest barrier you will face isn't cost or time. It's the quiet belief that something so simple can't possibly work. I'm asking you to just suspend that disbelief for the next 30 days and let your own body be the proof. Remember, this isn't just about improving physical performance. This is about waking up feeling alive. This is about being fully present with your family. This is about rewriting that old tired story that says aging means weakness. Your body always wants to heal. It is ready to rise again. It just needs the right command. If you are ready to give your body that command, if you're committed to making a change starting tonight, I invite you to make a promise to yourself. Go to the comments right now and type the words, "I am ready." And of course, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video, where we'll be covering the 3 most overlooked minerals for men's health after 50. I'm Dr. Audrey Wells, and it's my mission to help you live your golden years with strength and with confidence. Now, there's just one thing left to do: chew and heal.